wanna live a life.
That guy did, oh my gosh! Surprise, motherfucker! What? Oh my god, you're fucking crazy! What is it, Beastmax individuals? My name is Birdman778 and welcome to another thematic build video. Today we're doing a super awesome Moze build that I'm so excited to show you, and this is Tiny Tina and Brick Moze.
I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Before we get into the video, I'll let you know I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Birdman778. You can see all these builds being made over there. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you're stopping by. Stop by my social medias too to see whenever I'm also streaming at twitter.com/Birdman778, instagram.com/BirdmanGraham, and obviously here on YouTube, youtube.com/Birdman778. Hit that follow button, hit the sub, and let's get going. So we call this Tiny Tina and Brick Moze because essentially this is going to be a mech melee build, but for Moze herself, whenever you're running around as a player, it's going to be a heavy explosive build. I really like this build because it has awesome synergy between the mech and Moze herself. You can essentially bounce between either or just depending on how you're feeling at that time. So I think it's super awesome. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple people who gave some awesome recommendations for this build. First off, Dankster TV, Psychotic Wolf, and Apocalyptica. I probably just messed up Apocalyptica's name a little bit, but they know I absolutely love the hell out of them. Check out all their channels, everything like that. I'll put a little description down below to let you know where to find them, but they all kind of gave some really awesome suggestions for this build, so I always appreciate anything, and it actually helped make it an even better build. So thanks to them, and make sure you're checking them out. But getting into this, I want to let you know, again, this is going to be kind of a more explosive build, so you can essentially use any of these weapons right here, but let's go over them. First off, I've got the prompt critical. This one has after exiting Iron Bear, next 2 mags do bonus incinerate damage. This one is super awesome for just running around and mobbing. I actually ran the entire Mount 1 takedown with just this by itself, like Wotan and all, so it's a very viable weapon to use. I'm using a flipper with consecutive hits, shock and fire. Bounce between those essentially. If you want to do shock and fire damage with the skill tree that we have, totally go for it, but if you want to do double fire damage, also totally fine. A Tig's Boom times 18 ASE splash damage increase for a short time. This one's super cool for just like hopping out of Iron Bear real quick and just absolutely dousing maybe like Wotan or something with a bunch of cryo meteors. I think it's super awesome, and I actually got this gun from my good pal Quag, so check him out, TPJ_Quag on Twitch. And then a Chaos Fire with consecutive hits. The Chaos got a buff recently, and I think it's super awesome. It's really fun built gun just to run around and shoot. Sometimes it doesn't synergize super well with chucking grenades, but if you kind of do like an aiming down sights, chuck a grenade, aim down sights, it can be used pretty well. Now down here, we're using a Multivium plus Ultra. After exiting Iron Bear, kills increase Iron Bear's cooldown. A Raging Bear with weapon accuracy, weapon magazine size, and shotgun damage. A Cloning Matting Tracker with grenade throw, weapon grenade action skill damage increased. And then a Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge with magazine and fire rate. Now, why do we use all these different items? First off, Plus Ultra is going to give you that higher health. It's part of its ability. And it's also going to help Iron Bear's health out as well. This is actually a Plus Ultra I got from Psychotic Wolf, so check him out. A Raging Bear. This one I like because whenever Iron Bear kills an enemy, it gains decreased fuel usage, which is great for staying in Iron Bear longer. And then whenever Iron Bear takes damage, it gains increased damage, which is going to help out for the melee portion of this build. Cloning Matting Tracker is just a perfect grenade for getting those splash damage hits off while you're trying to gain health. And then the Pearl, just for that stacking damage increase, is always great. Now let's check out our skill tree to see how it synergizes. Something to keep in mind as well is the fact that whenever you are bossing, I would recommend throwing on a flare comm as well. I'll have a preferred flare that I think works the best in the save file for this build. I actually got the flare itself from Jolt's Dudes, his Iron Bear build, so definitely check him out as well. I'm pretty sure you all know who he is, but yeah, I got it from one of his save files, so it's pretty amazing, honestly. It really helps with like the punching part of bossing, especially against enemies like Tron or some of like the Proving Grounds bosses. For our skill tree, you're going to notice we're pretty short in red, but pretty heavy in green and blue, heaviest in green. In the red tree, we're essentially just trying to get down so we can get this wild swing bear fist augment. But for these two, we use armored infantry and flat off ingenuity. Flat off ingenuity because we're getting that maximum shield recharge rate increase and resistance to shock damage. Obviously, this is going to be a big one because we just don't want our shield going down all the time. And then the armored infantry, while Moze's shields are active, she gains increased damage reduction and increased gun damage. So this will just be great for those times you're running into a fight. You can essentially just like sidewind people and just absolutely decimate them before they're able to get a bullet off on you. In the green tree, we're super stacked pretty much everywhere except for match set. We maxed out pretty much everything except for the iron bank. Why that specifically? Just because with how our blue tree is set up, we really, well, in this one too, we really don't need all that much magazine size because our mag is going to be constantly regenerating, especially down into forge. So it's not that big of a deal, but specialist bear is actually an absolute must for this. Since we're doing the matching sets on the fists, you're going to get a lot of extra damage from that. And then in the blue tree, stacked up so we get that less fuel drain. Our Iron Bear is a little bit beefier, but we're also getting these grenade splash skills so that we're able to keep our health up. And then obviously fire in the Skag Den, most broken skill ever for Moze, just getting that insane amount of damage. Now let's check out our Mayhem modifiers to see how those help out. In our Mayhem modifiers, I decided to go with Big Kick Energy, Heal the Avenger, Ticked Off, and Buddy System. Big Kick Energy, more gun damage for Moze, always awesome. Heal the Avenger, best medium modifier. Ticked Off, we're not really doing any status effect damage, so this one's great. And then Buddy System, because Buddy System can actually be damaged by the splash we're doing on our enemies. So eventually, like in a big group or something like that, it can get destroyed. And I think it's better than using Post-Mortem. I notice a lot of times Post-Mortem isn't super great in regards to using Iron Bear, mainly because Iron Bear has such a big hitbox, it can just get smacked immediately whenever you're running up and mailing somebody. So it's usually better just to maybe go something like Buddy System where you're not getting any downside. This is probably one of my favorite thematic builds we've done so far because it's a super relevant part of the Borderlands world. This is a Tiny Tina and Brick Moze, which is super cool. You can even hop on Daka Bear if you want and shoot around. I always thought of that as there is a line whenever you are in Borderlands 2, Brick is talking, and he's talking about Tiny Tina riding on his back, riding piggyback and throwing grenades and doing explosions and fighting. So I kind of thought of that for that. So I thought it was super cool to add that in there. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this build. I hope you're having a great night, day, whatever it may be, and stay spexy.